When we started the business back in 1994, it was a big step. It was a big step for me personally. It was a big step for my family. I'd always had this burning ambition to do something in agriculture. I wanted to be the pioneer of something. The opportunity that presented itself was the unwinding of government intervention in agricultural markets. The Wool Reserve Price Scheme had been disbanded in '91, and there was a sense and discussion around the industry that the single desk should be dropped and government marketing schemes in the States needed to be stopped. I came home one night and I said to my wife, I'm going to leave my job. And she said, what? No, she didn't say what. She said, look, darling, whatever you want to do, I'll back you. So I moved out of work and set up my office in one of the bedrooms at home, and bam, we were born, and away I went. In the early years, I used to meet with my accountant. He used to say to me, do you want to keep doing this? You're doing so well in banking. And I'd say, it's a big picture, Robert. It's going to take time. Temptation, you just go, God, we're grunting along here, having mincemeat and sausages. And here's these guys offering me money to go back to the financial markets. The thing that probably most kept me going is I kept on accumulating more and more relationships with farms. I loved travelling around and seeing all these farming units all over Australia, and I knew in my heart that those relationships would stand me in good stead when finally we might see a breakthrough and see the market move on to a more open market environment. When deregulation finally happened, all of a sudden everything changed. We became super relevant from that time forward. In January 2010, while I was on a family holiday at the beach, I dived in and hit a submerged rock and fractured my neck, which has left me as a quadriplegic. I'd waited 14 years for deregulation and survived the droughts in '02 and all these sorts of things. So that was an immensely difficult time for me personally. Adapting my lifestyle to the big change of being in a wheelchair all the time was just a real test of resilience. I was completely out of the business for a good year and would never return in the same capacity. All of a sudden my team just didn't have Brett there, and they had to really just adapt and survive and prosper. Funnily enough, the business kept growing even without me there, and it was just I guess to all of us there was a really strong lesson to be learnt, that with the staff being so highly trained and everything, that they could adapt and innovate and keep the business moving forward. When we came into 2020, the droughts had just finished, and all of a sudden we had this pandemic on our door, and we could literally just walk out of the office and operate from wherever we wanted to because of the structures that we had in place. Instead of being in a Sydney office, we had advisors looking after their customers located all over Eastern Australia. In the last few years, we've seen some really positive things happen in the industry. We've had high prices and high production. And so, it's been tantamount to a boom for the industry. And it's been wonderful to be working as an advisor with our clients, where we're actually capturing significant upside in the market and actually protecting profits rather than trying to defend against risks of losses. I'm very, very proud of what I have achieved. I've been a lone dog out there at times. How are we surviving? We're very resilient. We've been able to get through droughts, huge volatility in the market, the founder having an accident, and we've been able to adapt to survive during the droughts. We've been happy to invest money in systems and in innovation, not only to make the business more resilient, but more able to cope with change like COVID and things like that. We've also have been innovative with the products that we've brought for our clients, and the clients have really valued what we do for them. Those three sort of things are the keys to what keeps MarketCheck just going and going and going. And they're part of the reasons why it'll just continue to be successful as time moves on. Even after 30 years, you'd think, mission complete. There's a big proportion of farmers that still don't use an advisor agent to help them with their grain marketing, and I still really feel we're just at the beginning. It's been a long time, a lot's happened, and there's a lot more to happen.